In the video today, I'm going to be going over how exactly I've been in Bangkok, Thailand the last almost 2 years, and what visa I currently have right now, how to get it, what are the prices, and the exact one I use, and the one that I wish I used, so that maybe you guys can use that one instead of the one I have right now. So yeah, I'll kind of walk you guys through the process as well, so that way you guys can see the step-by-step method to actually stay out here long term. So let's go ahead and dive in. So first off, of course, I'll go over the exact cost to have these visas. Both of them are very similar in terms of the cost. For both of the 15-month visas, they cost anywhere from 1.8K to 2K USD to set up. And in my opinion, it's absolutely worth it, especially if you plan on staying here long term. Because if not, especially if you're a U.S. citizen, you come here, you get your automatic 30 days, and then you can extend for another 30 for a total of 60 days. But then you have to either leave the country or do a van trip to Cambodia and back, which I do not recommend. I mean, I did that one time, and I just sat with a bunch of druggies, homeless people, and it wasn't a very fun time. So I would highly recommend, if you are planning to stay here long term, to set that up as fast as you can, if you can afford it. Because at first I couldn't afford it. I only had $1,500. I had to do a few visa runs, which is after these 60 days run out, after you extend it for another 30 days, there's a few options. The bus trip to Cambodia is one option, where you just hop in a van, go to the border of Cambodia, renew your visa there, then you can come back and get another 30, and then another 30, so another 60 days in total. Or the second option is you can fly out of the country to Vietnam, Bali, go somewhere for 5 days, just a few days at least. Don't just go there for 24 hours and come back. I've seen a few people get denied. Just leave for a few days. I personally went to the Philippines and Malaysia. So just going out of the country and coming back, that's the second option. But I mean, over a period of 15 months of doing that, it pretty much it costs a lot more than paying for the 15-month visa. It's a lot more headache. You have to get accommodation, tickets, making sure you stay for a long enough time, all these different factors that you have to worry about, you don't really have to worry about if you just go ahead and get the 15-month visa. So if you have the money right now and you plan to stay here long term, that's definitely the best bet for sure. And yeah, I'll go over the entire process on how to actually get it, plus what the step-by-step method kind of looks like in person. So I'll have both of the contacts down below, which one I wish I used and the one I personally use myself to have the visa I have right now. And I mean, literally it's kind of sketchy. I was kind of sketched out at first. I sent this guy 1.8K through Revolut, which is this online bank. And then from there, you just get directions to go. For myself, I had to go to Chiang Mai for one day. I went to the mall, got the stamp, and then I had to wait 24 hours, go back to the mall, take a picture, sign some papers, and then I was good for 3 months. And then after that 3 months, I had to go back one more time to Chiang Mai, went back, signed some more papers, took another picture, and this one was a lot short of a trip. I went for half a day, then came right back to Bangkok, and then I'm good for another 12 months. And then after this 12 months is up, I can either, one, leave Bangkok, go somewhere else in the world, or I can just extend it for another 12 months for another 1.8K, 2K, whatever it is, and then have another 12 months with no headache whatsoever, which is probably what I'll do. I really love Bangkok. I have a lot of great friends out here. My girlfriend's here, so I'm probably going to just stay here. And it's a lot less headache of just paying for that and not worrying about visa runs, leaving the country, going in a van full of people I don't really want to be in a van with for 8 to 12 hours to Cambodia and back. It's very brutal, to be absolutely honest, guys. And yeah, the visa I have right now is with this elite visa agency, whatever it is. But the one I wish I used was with this guy named Steve. I actually went to meet him at the mall thinking he was the guy I bought the visa from. We actually had a cup of coffee, had a very good conversation. And at the end of the conversation, I was trying to open up a Thai bank account. And we found out that I didn't even use him as a visa, which was pretty awkward. But we already made friends with each other. So we just had a good laugh about it and went about the rest of our day. But I wish I went through him. Number one, it is a little bit cheaper. And number two, you can actually open up a Thai bank account using Steve. I didn't use Steve. I use this elite visa agency, which I don't think I can open up a bank account. So unfortunately for me, I just have to use PayPal, these online banks and stuff like that. But if you do want to open up a Thai bank and that's very important to you, I would highly recommend going to Steve. And yeah, other than that, I mean, yeah, the pricing, 1.8K, just takes like a few days to set up both visas. It's the same thing with Steve, like how he set it up. I was talking to him about it, and it's literally the exact same method that I use with my visa agency. And another thing I want to go over with these visas is that you can always leave the country and come back as long as you get a re-entry permit, which is only like 1,200 baht, which is like $28-30, nothing crazy. And you just get that at the airport whenever you're going to Dubai, Malaysia. If you're going out of the country, just getting a re-entry permit. And it doesn't pause your visa, unfortunately. Like, your visa is still on a timer. Like, it will expire on the date 15 months after you got it in the first place. But you have unlimited time out of the country. Like, there's no timer, like you have to be back in Bangkok in 2 weeks. It's not like that. You can be gone for the entirety of your visa and come back the last day and renew it. Like, there's no worries there. Just make sure you get this re-entry permit, because if not, you're not going to be gained entry back into Bangkok or Thailand or wherever you are. Because, I mean, guys, if you don't get a 15-month visa, I mean, it is a very big headache, especially if you already do 3 to 4 visa runs in a year. They start asking you questions at passport control. They're like, what are you doing here? Are you selling drugs? Are you trafficking? Are you doing any type of dirty stuff? They start asking you if you speak Thai. They start testing you and questioning you, and that's not a very good situation to be in, because I've seen a lot of people, they get kicked out. They don't get entry because they don't have the right visa. So if you're looking to stay in Bangkok, Koh Samui, Chiang Mai, anywhere in Thailand, and you have no idea like which visa to get, that's why I actually made this video for you guys. Because, I mean, no one really kind of told me when I first got here, and I wish someone kind of told me like what to save up before actually getting the visa. So now you guys know the price, how to set it up. And in Chiang Mai, it's very beautiful. Those are the only times I've actually even been to Chiang Mai, is when I was getting the visas set up. And I mean, it's just a mountain place. It's very cheap compared to Bangkok. It's pretty fun. You can just rent a mountain bike and go drive in the mountains, which is a peak masculine experience. And yeah, other than that, I mean, it's a very simple process. It just costs like 1.8K, 2K to set up, which, I mean, if you do the math, booking flights 2 to 4 times a year out of the country and back, accommodation, Airbnbs, food, all that type of stuff, I feel like it equals a lot more than the 1.8 to 2K that you're spending on this 15-month visa. So for me, it was an absolute no-brainer. And the most important part wasn't the cost, it was the headspace. Like, here, there's no stress on like, am I going to get kicked out of the country? Is Thailand going to let me back into their country? Am I even going to be able to stay here long term? That's all gone. That's all out of my head now. I know I'm secure here. 15 months, another 12 months, another 12 months, and then one more 12 months. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do after that. There's another few visa options. There's the elite visa option, which is like, I think 25,000 USD, and that's like 15 years or something like that. There's a retirement visa, a work visa. You guys can do your own research on this. I did not do any research whatsoever, because 1, I don't plan on staying here for 15 years straight. 2, I don't want to spend $25,000 on that. And 3, I don't work here. I work remotely anywhere in the world with remote sales. So I don't really need a work visa. I don't want to be a Grab driver or work in a 7-Eleven. That's just not my thing. But if that's something you want to do, go ahead and get a work visa. But yeah, other than that, guys, I mean, if you guys have any questions whatsoever about the visa, setting up, connections, just make sure to comment down below any questions that you have. I respond to pretty much everyone. Any haters as well, I respond to them. There's no worries whatsoever. It doesn't affect me. It's just pixels on a screen, guys. Don't get mad at comments or videos or anything like that. It's just your laptop or phone that you're getting mad at. It's not me. I don't care. But yeah, other than that, guys, feel free to ask anything whatsoever. I'll be able to help you guys out. And hopefully you guys got some insights. Hopefully you guys will be able to set up this 15-month visa if you haven't already. So that way you guys can enjoy this beautiful paradise in Thailand, as I have. Because as you guys know, in a lot of my videos, I say the 3 reasons I stay here. When people ask me why, if I'm making like $10,000, $15,000 a month with remote sales, like, why don't I just work in the U.S.? And that's because of the 3 W's: the woman, wealth, and weather. The woman here, my girlfriend's coming back very soon. They're very giving, very loving, and very fun to be around, unlike the USA girls that I've experienced in the past. And then number 2, the weather. I can literally tan every day. It's not like the U.S. where it's very cold right now. I just got back from visiting my family, and it's just absolutely brutal in terms of the weather. Like, I just got sick in the first few days, got a sinus infection, but came out here, all cleared up pretty much instantly. And yeah, number 3, the wealth. That's just not in terms of like how much money you can save, because it is 3 times cheaper here than in the U.S., but you're also going to be 99% digital nomads who are all very successful in their niches. You get to connect, learn from them, and apply that knowledge to yourself to scale yourself to the moon. So hopefully you guys enjoy the video today. It's been a pleasure. It's Saturday night, so I'm going to go have fun with my girlfriend and enjoy the weekend. Hopefully you guys do too. Love you guys.